Optimistic people. We are an optimistic people. Americans, by character, are people who have dreams and ambitions and aspirations. We believe in what is possible. We believe in what can be. And we believe in fighting for that. That's how we came into being. Because the people before us understood that one of the greatest expressions for the love of our country, one of the greatest expressions of patriotism is to fight for the ideals of who we are. We are an optimistic people.
You see Oprah, she's just like, what have we done? I love it. I love it so much. Makes me laugh. Anyways, what is up, everybody? Late night salad. Oh, man. It's good to see you guys. Sorry late tonight, but after Buzz yesterday, I eased into tonight's live. That took a lot out of me, but it was amazing. If you did not see the interview with Buzz Patterson last night, what are you waiting for? It was so fantastic. The man told so many credible stories. I just absolutely loved every second. And he's already confirmed with me he wants to come back. So I'll have him back eventually. But in the meantime, Shogun number one, Sooner, what's up with the deuce? Zachariah rounding up the bronze. Danielle, what's up? Kathy, Jack Hamilton, Troy Mann, Steve Bernard, Bob Wren, CJ Yukon, Pat Shigoya, Volkovich is here. Hamilton, Hero at Large, Frank Anastasio, AP, Randy Albert, Randy Atwell, Randy. All right. Phil Haynes, Texas Lone Star. No, I already read that one. Toe Cramp, what is up, man? She was in Michigan today? I know. I can't listen to her. Mark says his favorite show on YouTube. Thank you, Mark. On that note, please hit the like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Appreciate it, guys. We'll get it out of the way early. Hey, you never know. One day I might break out of this shadow ban, whatever I'm in, that's just completely put my channel that grew nonstop for a year and a half on hold, but that's all right. We're still having a good time here for everybody can see it. Brett Montgomery says, is she trying to copy Tony Robbins? She's burdened by her own vocabulary. She's burdened by her lack of being able to put together that vocabulary too. Jack, you like that? Yeah, the interview was awesome, man. It was so good. What's up, Big B? C-Rob. Think I know what I call him, Buzz. Well, you know, it seemed like he was having a little fun by the end there. Yeah, but hey, he was still having a great time. He's the real Forrest Gump, except much smarter. US1, good evening. Roll Tide. If Trump's a threat to democracy, Democrats are a threat to the Constitution, our Second and First Amendment. That's absolutely right. Have I seen the satire commercial with Kamala? Yeah, you mean the one Governor Newsom just banned in California? I saw it. JJ Jackson, what's up, buddy? The one, what to do? Who thinks Jimmy Carter will outlive Biden? Probably at this point. So, anyways, guys, tonight, I want to get a little more topical tonight. So we're going to go through a couple things, but mostly slow news day. Tonight, I'm going to go through why everything I'm seeing, it's like I am at this point 95% certain Trump's pulling this thing off. And to me, the evidence is overwhelming. It just keeps better and better. And if you were here last night when I talked to Buzz about it, who's, Buzz, insider politics, military, been around conservative movement for 25 years behind the scenes as an independent outsider, but still conservative. The man is like, yeah, we got this one. So I'm telling you, it is on. We're going to pull this thing off. And part of the reason is because we have this, this person is the competition. You guys ready for some more? I know you are. Did you guys see this today? So she's talking to the what was this? Is this NAACP? No, National Association of Black Journalists. Okay, so this is the one Trump went to the other about a month ago and killed it. Had the crowd cheering for him even when they were going after him. And this is how Kamala ends it. You got that's so funny. I want you to pay attention to something. I want you to pay attention to how she rolls out and then look at their faces when you're done. Let me enlarge it a little bit because you got it. The faces are the best part. Here we go. She just walks off, and their faces. They're like, hey, never meet your heroes. Just don't do it. Especially when they're a Democrat. His face is just like, what did we just do? It's unbelievable. There's some pictures worth 1,000 words right there. And listen, the best thing that has happened since we got since the election, or not the election, the debate, is that Kamala felt the pressure now. Now she's making the interview circuits. She is just going around, and it's going to end up being bad for her, because the best thing they could do is just keep her hidden. But now she's got to hit this interview circuit, and it's fan freaking tastic. I'm loving every second of it. Zachariah, what's up, man? Nah, dog. When Trump wins, YouTube gonna Alex Jones you and every other Trump supporter? Nah, they won't. If Trump wins, he'll put them on notice. We're not gonna do the censorship thing once Trump gets in. Good GTI update for Richard. I'll watch it later. Yeah, Dubois, exactly. Toe cramp. Trump's a threat to democracy because we're not a democracy. Yeah. Okay, something like that. I can't quite read what you're saying. Please come get her. Yeah, showing up. That's exactly right. Hobbs, he was great on Gutfeld. That's the thing. Trump goes make these amazing appearances, and he kills it. He makes everybody laugh. They all love him. People who get to know Trump love him more. The more time you spend with him, the more you like him, and he just kills it. And everybody watches. They're like, "This is the guy we're supposed to be afraid of." Like they have to keep ginning themselves up. They have to keep like convincing themselves that there's evil there, that there's something scary there, because their eyes don't see it. So what they do is they watch their own people just pull clips out of context, and they like, January 6th, January 6th, January 6th is all they ever say. One of my favorite shows to watch right now, I listen to it when I'm at work, is every day Piers Morgan does his I think it's called Uncensored or something like that with Piers Morgan, but he always has a panel on. And the panels, sometimes they're not that great, but a lot of times he has Cenk Uygur on from the Young Turks. And Cenk is like the ultimate, if you want to know what the Democrats who actually believe they're independent but are still completely brainwashed think, Cenk Uygur is the perfect representation of that, because the man has his own show and he loves to go after the media. He truly believes he's like this populist outsider Democrat, but he also is just completely beholden to their nonsense. And the one thing is, he's kind of like Bill Maher, where he's like, he's a little against the woke stuff. He thinks some of it's nonsense, but he can't help himself. And so it's great when Cenk's on, because you get exactly where they're at. And all they have now on Trump, because Trump's become so likable over the last few months especially. Oh, and then when he got shot at in the hero pose, he just got great. He's picking up in his favorability big time. And people are just more and more liking Trump, okay? And he's killing it lately. And so they keep going back. The one thing they have is J6, and they just keep spewing it out there, because Democrats, even the ones starting to like Trump a little bit, they still believe the January 6th nonsense. And that's the one thing they keep having to hit them over the head with to remember. But they're getting more and more angry about it. They're getting more and more outrageous about it, because they know they're losing people. They're losing people every stinking day. And this post sums it up great. If you're wondering why Democrats have become so violent, it's because they're losing power. Speaking of losing power, I just saw something today. Remember, guys, this summer, the Supreme Court did one of the greatest rulings it's ever done. It knocked down the Chevron deference, which is amazing, because now our country gets to run the way it was intended to. They can't they can't bureaucratize themselves into law anymore. It's forced for Congress, and Congress is never going to pass half these laws. Well, since that's gone down, thousands of individuals and companies are suing the federal government over these regulations, and several are being struck down left and right. And so they're losing power legitimately right there. That was the way they controlled everything, as the Constitution protected us from all these like legal infringements, and the Congress moved slow, all those reasons. So the regulations were how they did it. And now that's being knocked back. And so they're actually losing true power, but they're also losing the power of the perception and the people and the culture. It's starting to turn on them. And that's why they're getting more violent. They're trying to kill Trump more. All this is ramping up. So look at any person, organization, regime, etc. right before the jig is up. And that's what I'm telling you. The jig is up. They all respond by lashing out, clawing whatever they can, attacking in desperate pleas to hang on to power. We are watching a dying regime. We are watching a dying regime. And that is beautiful. It's beautiful, but it's also tough because it's dangerous. And so we're going to see some crazy stuff. But we got to keep our hopes up and keep knowing that we see this through. We get through it, we win. It's night's always darkest before the dawn, guys. Go watch whatever pumps you up, whether it's music, movies, whatever inspires you, whatever it gets you ready to keep pushing through and see this through. We're going to win. We're going to win. And I think, honestly, I say 95% Trump's winning. It's actually, in my opinion, 100% if we show up. It is. I have no doubts anymore. We're pulling this off. The only way is we quit. That's the only way. They convince us to quit, back off. That's the only way. Danielle says, my anxiety's so high. I can't relax until Trump wins. But do you think there'll be riots and crazy Philly looting when he wins? There might be in cities. I think cities could be dangerous for a little bit, but I think it'll end pretty quickly. I think the people are rising up this time. They're on notice. We're watching this time. We're ready for it this time. They can't slip one by us this time. It's that has completely changed. All Kamala does is repeat the memorized answer from the debate. I know, right? Gutfeld invited Kamala. You think she'd show up? No way. She will never go into enemy territory. No way. Trump must win. I agree, Matt. Hobbs, saw my doppelganger on Fox News yesterday. Derek Anderson. Huh. Okay, I'll look it up. All right, let's keep going. Did you guys see this today? This is nuts. Let me... this is important enough. I'm going to play a little bit of this. This is crazy.
I'll break a little news for you. I had a senior official from the Department of Homeland Security in my office before the second assassination attempt saying that what he has assessed is that there are 5 known assassination teams in the United States, 3 inspired by other governments, 2 that are here that are known domestic assassination teams. And with that, this individual was coming to me concerned that the force protection around President Trump, even prior to that second assassination attempt, was not sufficient for what it needed to be. And the coordination at that level, at the dignitary protection level, is like the bare minimum that we have to do to keep our presidents, our presidential candidates safe while they're on the trail.
So there are 5, I just want to follow up, 5 assassination teams. Are they all targeting Trump? Is it other officials?
Yes. No, wow. I should have been clear about that. 5 teams that we know are targeting Trump. And so that raises real questions about why certain teams were being pulled off of the Trump detail and put on, for example, the Jill Biden detail. Now, we don't want anything bad to happen to Jill Biden, but at the same time, the threat envelope for her was substantially different than the threat envelope around President Trump, and it would not have necessitated pulling assets away from the Trump detail for the Jill Biden detail or the John Bolton detail or any other details that were beefed up. At the same time, the requests from the Trump detail and from the Trump campaign for more security were going unanswered.
Wow. Holy mackerel.
Congressman, I know that you and a number of other
You guys hear that? What he just said? This is insane. 5 different assassination teams targeting Trump. Guys, that is absolute desperation. And how does that even happen? It happens because the deep state, the Democrats, even the Republicans who are in on it, which is the Cheneys of the world, the Romneys, the McCains, the whole, 70% of them in power, the Republicans, the deep state, the one uniparty, whatever you want to call it, They're all in on it. They are trying to take him out. Should Trump hire private security? I agree, Jay. He probably should. But the attention that's being brought to this, listen, you got away with one assassination attempt, like bully for you. That made it much tougher for them to try a second one. Okay. And then they tried the second one. They didn't get as close the second time, but it still almost happened. The public is not accepting of this. And they know it. One time you can blame it on a crazy person. 2 times already everybody knows, like, this is nuts. If they go a 3rd time and they take him out, guys, I'm telling you, like, it will be riots. But it's not going to be the way you think. It's going to unify us. It's going to bring us together. And I'm telling you, it's going to end up being like a Vance Kennedy ticket or something, and they'll win in the biggest landslide we've ever seen, because the American people aren't going to stand for this. It's too obvious. They screwed up so bad when they didn't pull off the first one, which was their best chance. It's getting more and more difficult to pull this off the more they've done it. There's no shock anymore. There's no surprise. We're 6 weeks out. So I do believe that the protection is going to get better around Trump, and what they're going to start doing is they're going to start looking for other ways, which the main way is war. And then the next thing to start looking for, as this gets crazier and crazier leading up to the election, is you start looking for the ways they're going to shore things up to make it difficult for Trump once he gets in. They know they're losing badly right now. They know they're losing horribly. It's pretty much out of hope right now, unless something major is able to win this over. But I don't think that's coming, and I think they also know that. And so what we're looking for now is, how are they going to mess stuff up to leave him with such a big mess that maybe they can still control things. But it's not going to work. They went too fast, too far, too early, and they screwed everything up. And they also messed up so badly by picking Kamala. Trump's popularity is soaring right now, and it's only been 9 days since the debate he supposedly lost. Okay. Do I think they'll riot at voting places? I think there might be a little skirmishes here and there. I really don't think it's going to be that big a deal. I really don't. Gates, is your congressman here? I didn't know that. That's crazy. Tap the Clintons' phone. Should we get answers? Yeah, might be. Adventures. Was there a 3rd time? There was an explosive found, but then it turned out not to be true. It was like a dud. There was some weird, like, chemical stuff that happened at a rally, maybe a chemical weapon. A bunch of people got sick. So I don't know, but I think that this is so ramped up right now, it's going to be harder and harder for them to pull it off. There's no excuse anymore for there not to shore up his security big time. And the crazy, it's even crazier when you actually get into the details of this one at the golf course. It was like a well-known entrance area that the Secret Service always had covered before, and this time they left it open. So that stuff's nuts. The John Bolton detail. I know. I can't believe Bolton has Secret Service. Yeah, I talked about that, Vince. Sooner Man, Trump's anointed by God. No harm will come to him. Hard to watch. I agree. I do think he is chosen by God. I really do. I think it's becoming harder and harder to deny it for some people. Brett Montgomery, Sacramento's Walk of Stars added Cornel West yesterday. Being your dog Beefarino. Yeah, Cornel West is a terrible person. What's up, BM Pro? All right, let's keep moving, though. All right, guys, the polls right now, the ones that matter the most are trending so far in Trump's direction. And I'm going to show you in a little bit why some of the bad ones are complete bunk, the ones that seem bad for him. But Rasmussen has Trump at 2. Rasmussen is the 3rd most accurate in the last 2 elections. Okay, just being honest. New York Times has him tied. Is New York Times that accurate? Not the most accurate, but it's one of the most relevant, because every lefty still worships at the throne of the New York Times as if it is their scripture. And so when New York Times has it tied, that's terrifying, because a tie is a loss. The only place where Kamala can start winning is if she wins the popular vote by 3 to 4 points minimum. A 1 to 2 point win is a loss in the Electoral College, and they know it. But the big one, guys, is the most accurate poll in the last 3 elections is Atlas Intel. Most accurate by a long shot. It's not even close how much more accurate they've been. And they have Trump +3. that is the story right now. But let's go through these numbers too. We got this new national poll. This is Rasmussen's. Rasmussen's daily is even crazier. We're going to go to that in a second. But here is another sign of like, this is how you win. Look at the difference of how Trump and Vance are getting out there versus Harris and Walz. Now, we probably bump Harris up tonight for the Oprah. But look what J.D. Vance is doing. And this is one of the main reasons I want to show this. Okay, Trump's at 14, which is huge. But this is insane. You think that man's doing the work? He is. And I think we're going to see that. I mean, there's no way to actually quantify it. But I do believe that every time Vance is out there, the more he's speaking, the more people like him. Everybody, I mean everybody on the right, in the MAGA side, everybody that was doubting him is starting to say, like, God, love this guy. The more they hear him talk, so that's shoring up the base about him. And then he just speaks so well. He shuts down the liberal journalists. He throws their crap right back in their face. He is so eloquent, so sharp, that he is just killing it out there. And the man is out there 60 times, 3 times more than even Trump is. Actually, that's 4 times more than even Trump is. And then you see this, the hiding goobers, you know, they don't want them out there. And we just saw why. But this is huge. And I believe when it's all said and done, that Vance, with his youth and his eloquence being out there, he might even bring in another half a point to a point for Trump, just adding to this and shoring up that victory. Vance is going to convince people who are maybe on the fence with Trump and then liked, you know, but they didn't like the Vance pick because they didn't know him, and then they hear him speak. He's going to capture those people. He's getting that middle, those independent people, like way over because he speaks so well. And then he's just out there nonstop. It's very impressive. And again, this is just what you do when you want to win the votes. You're out there, and it shows me too that they're just loved. More and more people want to keep talking to him, and they're just saying yes to every opportunity. All right, let's look at some swing states that just came out. We have Trump 4 in North Carolina. I'm telling you, he's going to win Carolina by 5+. Georgia +3. This is just good luck. Like, if he's polling +3 here, he was down in the last election by 3 or 4 points to Biden, and now he's polling +3, and then he lost Georgia by less than half a point, I believe, or maybe it's right around 1. So, and then Pennsylvania, he's up 1, which he was never even close to ahead in the polls before. So the recent polls, this is all, and the reason I'm showing these 3, this is all he needs to win out of those swing states. If he won these 3, it's over. All right, so that's where we're at with that too. So it's just like the data, guys, it's all just showing you what needs to be done. And then we got here, this is about the New York Times poll that just came out. The Tide, Emerson has her down in every swing state. Emerson is 538's favorite pollster. 538, liberal, left-wing, aggregator, pulls them all together, weights some, doesn't even count Rasmussen, doesn't even pull in some of these more pro-Trump polls that like show are more accurate. They leave them out. They aggregate that. The liberals love it. Emerson's their number 1 and has her down in every swing state. I mean, that's just, you can't make this up right now. Washington Post has her tied in Pennsylvania, which means Trump's leading by 5 or 6. He says, I mean, it's crazy. Hobbs says Kamala had a $42 billion program to expand internet, didn't connect anybody to the net. Yeah, it wasn't her plan, but it was part of, she voted for it. It was from the Inflation Reduction Act. But yes, you're absolutely right. Also, they didn't get any of those charging stations up. They had $9 billion for that. What kind of Secret Service detail does Vance have? That's a good question. I don't know what's extended to the VP. Shogun, weird question. Hypothetically, Trump and Vance get elected. After the terms are served by Trump, can J.D. Vance do 2 terms as president or 1 term? Because J.D. Vance served 1 term. Wait, what? What are you asking? No. Oh, yeah. You get 2 terms. Exactly, Shogun. Yeah, I get what. Okay, thank you, Jay. You got it first. I was a little confused by the way you worded it, Shogun. Yeah, if you're VP, it doesn't count. Okay, so he could be president for the next 8 years after that. And I think there's a good chance he will be. I really do. I think if Trump gets in, Vance will be most likely the next president. I really do, because he's just going to become more and more liked as he goes. MAGA will gladly turn over to him. So it's going to be really good. And I think we get 8 to 12 years in a row with like our people, the populist movement that's going on, the unity party that's going on with RFK, Tulsi Gabbard, Trump, Vance, Vivek, Elon. I mean, it's killing it. I got my first troll of the night. Oh my God. I love the trolls. But unfortunately, you just say really dumb stuff. So since you're not adding anything, bud, you can go. You can go bye-bye. Goodbye. Ruderick Kabutahan. What troll factory did you come from? One in Turkey? I mean, come on. That's not even. Check this out. This gets me hyped. Would you support Trump? Now, this is not Elon Musk, okay? It's a fake Elon account. But still, what if this is like Elon helps buy this? This is just a cool speculation. But would you support Trump putting me in charge of designing high-tech border wall with drones, infrared sensors, other advanced capabilities? I think this could happen, honestly. And maybe not Elon behind it, but I do think we get in this time, that wall is going up, and it will be extremely advanced and beautiful. All right, this is what I was talking about earlier. So Rasmussen does daily tracking as well as the weekly, and the daily, they just pulled an 8-point, and before that they had a 6-point. So you think Trump's doing pretty well right now? I mean, that's just absolutely massive. If you look at the last couple here, it goes 8, 2, 6. Yeah, they actually pulled one where Trump was down. So that tells you they're being honest. But Trump's up in almost all of them. I mean, and then they pulled a weekly, which was a +2. So just crazy. All right, so Trump's +9 in the Midwest. In 2016, he won the Midwest by less than 5 points. 2020, he won the whole Midwest by 2 points. The New York Times has him up +9. You can't cheat enough to win, to pull this off, guys. They are so far back. And with all the attention, can you feel it in your bones? Are you starting to feel that momentum? I'm telling you, today with these polls coming out, the Democrats and Kamala are absolutely panicking. They are freaking out behind the scenes right now because all this is coming out 9 days since the debate that supposedly won her the presidency, that Frank Luntz, the famous pollster, the big media pollster, goes on to Piers Morgan and declares Trump just lost the debate. Bill Maher on Friday declares, Frank Luntz declares he lost the election. Bill Maher on Friday says, I'm making my pick right now. Kamala's winning. They all just did their victory lap after the debate, and they didn't even get 9 days. They didn't even get 9 days of their victory cycle. That should make you all just laugh. It's just hilarious how weak and pathetic this campaign is on the Harris-Walz side. Listen, guys, we don't have to fear. Okay? Let that anxiety go. Show up, do the work. It's here. This is way bigger than 2016. Way bigger than 2016. Trump is so much further ahead right now. It's shocking. And so they're going to pull stuff off. They're going to do what they can. But listen, we're at the point now, it might be so overwhelming. We might even have an early night on election night. We might have that. When was the last real early night? Probably 2012 with Obama, Romney. We might have an early night because it might just be so overwhelming. I'm just going to keep going. All right, here's an example of how bad the polling is on those very pro Kamala ones. Quinnipiac, just had a poll come out that was very pro Kamala. I think it was +6 nationally. But here's what their errors were in 2020. Pennsylvania off by 6 points. National off by 6.5 points. Ohio, they were off by 13 points. And yet the media takes a poll like Quinnipiac and they run with it. They run with them. They run with Morning Consult. They are junk polls, guys. Junk polls. They are trying to give Kamala a false bump here. They are trying to convince us we're going to lose and that it's out of our hands and discourage us. Don't let it happen. They're off by 10 points in Florida, off by 4.5 points in Texas, Georgia off almost 4 points. This is junk polling. It's like, how are they even still in business after an election that bad? How does anybody give them any credibility at all after an election that bad? That is ridiculous. That's not even in the. These are way out of the margin of error. All of them. Typical margin of error is 3 points. Not one of these were within 3 point margin of error. Just crazy, guys. Hero says Trump was talking about the Dems replacing Biden with Kamala, and then says, "Who knows? With her numbers, will they replace her?" I know. I heard him say that. With the early voting and stuff, I don't see any way they could replace her at this point. I know one person I like to follow, and it's pretty smart. For some reason, they keep saying the 21st, which is Saturday. They have until the 21st to replace her. I don't agree with him. I think that time has passed. But at the absolute latest, they got 2 days, okay, or a day and a half at this point. So that's the absolute latest they have to replace her because it's just too many ballots. They're not going to replace her, guys. They're stuck with her, and they can't believe it. Bruce says, landslide, why not? I never get too overconfident. Enemy doesn't sleep. It's not about being overconfident, Bruce. And I agree with you. Overconfidence is bad. It's not about overconfidence. It's about saying we have the win in our hands right now. We have the win in our hands, and all we have to do is see it through. That's the point, Bruce. And I'm trying to convince everybody and show you guys what I'm seeing out here after watching elections very closely since 1996. Been studying this stuff for 22 years. I'm telling you right now, I knew the election was stolen on election night back in 2020. No doubts. I saw it. I knew. I was one of the first people probably watching who understood and saw what was happening. It just doesn't happen like that. I'm telling you right now, they can't win this one unless we don't show up, unless we don't poll watch, unless we take our foot off the gas. But if we see this through, they simply cannot beat us at this point. They simply cannot beat us. It is too far out of their grasp, and that is why they're panicking. That is why they're trying to kill Trump. So I want you guys to show up and ready to win, not get overconfident, stay home and watch, but show up ready to win, and we will. That's how we win. Because you're right, they won't sleep, because they'll show up even if they know they're losing. Because they always know there's a chance. There's that slight chance. But we're going to pull it off. Brett, on election day at 10 a.m. Pacific time in California, you know they'll already be saying Kamala won the election. Oh, in California? Yeah. Even though, Brett, you say that, which is true, but you know what's also true about California? California is also the state where they're like, and I know I grew up there, they'll be like, well, it'll be 2 weeks till we can call it here, you know, if the election was close. It'll be 2 weeks. California has been doing that way ahead of everybody else. They made it cool to do it. Hogan says the only hope Dems have is to cancel the election. I agree with you, Hogan, and here's the thing. They cannot do it. The American people won't allow it. We won't allow it. We're not that far gone yet. Trump is going to win its massive telegram. Hobbs, Oklahoma removed 450,000 ineligible people, 100,000 dead people, 15,000 duped. That's the thing. We are getting this done ahead of time this time. We're not waiting till it happens. The RNC is doing amazing under Laura Trump, attacking this, and so are the people. Going at attacking and making sure we attack them in court, make sure that they are cleaning up their voter rolls, watching the election laws, all that stuff. Here at large, will the left start a war and cancel elections like Zelensky in Ukraine? They can't. They won't be able to pull that off in America. We wouldn't accept it. Trump never ever again. Mikey the Greeter. Mikey the Greeter. Cool, Mikey. Cool name. I'm sorry, man. You're going to be crying on election night. But if you want to come here and cry in front of us while we're celebrating, you have my blessing. Sooner Man, you heard Lindsey Graham gave up Trump's location on the golf course. Is that accurate? I don't know about that. I wouldn't be surprised, though, because Lindsey Graham is a warmonger, warhawk. Yeah. It's his job to lose. Exactly, Butters. Hobbs, let's not forget Jamie Raskin clipped for months. That's true. Saying he'll disqualify Trump, get security. They will, but it might not matter because this is starting to shape up to be a wave where we're going to win the Senate handily. I think 52 to 53 seats. We're pretty much guaranteed 51 because West Virginia, Manchin's stepping down. That's full red seat. And then 51 is guaranteed in Montana at this point. Tester is so far behind, and Montana's a red state. There's no way he claws back. So they're going to have the Senate, 51. I think Lake's also going to win, which is 52. And I think we might see an upset in either Ohio or Pennsylvania. That would be 53. So that would be the Senate solid, and the House will win it back. So it's going to be a red wave election. And I think Trump's going to win handily again. All right, let's keep going. These are the other telltale signs. Okay, guys? It's not just the polls, because the polls can be rigged, manipulated, all that. You get the actual numbers of what's going on. Kamala is on tonight with Oprah, and they barely could get to 10,000 viewers. We're talking Oprah Winfrey, who 20 years ago was probably the most powerful person in media, and she's a total dud now. Nobody's excited. Can't even get 10,000 live viewers. Vivek, just out there talking in Springfield, 40,000 live viewers. I mean, that's all you need to know. We have everything going for us on our side. The people are on our side. Alan, I figured out it's October surprise. Biden dies in office. Oh, that would be interesting. There wouldn't be enough sympathy vote. I'm sorry, Alan. There just wouldn't. Yeah, people would be like, that's sad, but it's not going to change any votes. This is not the old days. It's not the old days where we had where Republicans and Democrats were still kind of trending in their same direction with just some differences here and there. That's not happening anymore. Now, everybody who's digging in, it's either we hate communism and we're voting for America. That is the Trump side. Or we are scared of January 6th. Like that is literally the two sides right now. Nobody switches sides anymore based on sympathy vote. It just will not happen. It won't. The only exception is when one of them tries to get assassinated, a candidate themselves, like Trump. That is garnering some of the people in the middle because it's waking them up to saying, hold up. Why are they trying to kill him? That's the difference. That's the difference between that and a Biden death. Biden's old. It would just be like, that sucks. Sorry. But no sympathy vote. That's a big difference, the assassination attempts versus a death in office. Especially because there's nothing to celebrate about his presidency. Literally nothing. And that's the other thing. It's not like when Reagan died in 2004 with Bush running, and it gave people memories of like how good things were in the 80s. That's not how it works. Biden will back Trump before he dies. That would be hilarious. Hey, new sub, Dar Daddy. Welcome, brother. Awesome. Hey, thank you so much. And if anybody else is watching out there, please like, share, subscribe. I appreciate it, guys. This is, hey, get the MAGA news on this place. As long as YouTube will have me. Yeah, I'm going to get there, Mark. I'm going to get to that point too. Thank you, Toe, with the membership. Appreciate it, man. All right, this is huge right here, guys. So today, a federal judge in South Carolina issued a precedent-setting ruling. Voter rolls are public record under federal law, are subject to inspection by election integrity activists. This is opening up the floodgates for people to get in there. Election integrity activists, that means private citizens, can get in. This is huge. This means all voter laws now are open. I mean, not voter laws, I'm sorry. Voter rolls are now open to be inspected and investigated. This is massive before the election. Now, there might be some court jostling over this, but I guarantee you people are going to jump on this immediately. And we're already seeing voter rolls cleaned up. In swing states, especially the ones led by red legislatures right now, that this is going to be big. This is going to be big. This is going to take away hundreds of thousands of more votes for them. Accordingly, the court declares South Carolina statewide voter registration list record subject to inspection pursuant to NVRA. This could go to the Supreme Court quickly, and if the Supreme Court rules in favor, it could open up all the states real quick. I'm telling you right now, there's going to be challenges going on in all the states. There's going to be people who jump on this to get their state open, and it could happen fast. These judges right now on these election suits are moving fast right now. They're moving fast because they know the election's coming. And so this is one of the areas where, in the 4 years of Trump, one of the only good things that freaking Kentucky Bourbon did, what's his face? Mitt. God, I hate that guy. In the Senate. One of the only good things he ever did for Trump was that his Senate moved through judges at a record rate. So Trump replenished the judiciary with conservative judges, okay, real fast. And so because of that, we're getting a lot of these good rulings that are starting to open up things and get more momentum going on before the election. Jay says, rumors they're eating bald eagles. They said they taste like freedom. I love it. Dar, your West Coast Patriot, love it. Canada, huh? Brett, once Trump wins, you're hoping this will be the last of Kamala. Don't even think she'd get a job at Star. It'll be the last of her. She can't. You know who Kamala is? She's like the female Beto. She's like the female Beto O'Rourke, where every stinking time he just ran for something, he lost. The difference is Kamala's female and colored. So she was able to get the DEI hire. Because she got that, she's now running for president without any votes so far. But she's a loser. And once losers finally get their chance at the big shot they go away forever after that. That's just how it happens. Darday says, North America, last day on the planet, God save her. Amen. Trump Pierre. Oh, we got to get Pierre up there. And Canada, man. No way they'll steal this. I love it. If Trump won California, yeah. Oh, my God. That would be crazy. He will win most of it. But he won't win. He won't win, quote unquote, the Bay Area and LA, and that'll overpower everything. So, yeah, McConnell, he's a total rhino. I can't stand him. He's evil. He's total deep state, but he did get the judges through, so I'll give him credit for that. He also played politics against Obama and did not let Obama get Merrick Garland in, which is a blessing. So, McConnell did a couple of good things. You like my Beto reference, Brett? Thank you. I thought that was good. I thought I did good on that one. All right. This is another sign. Things are ramping up. Okay. In a good way for us. I don't know if you guys follow Scott Adams. He's amazing. Okay. He used to be hardcore liberal. He started liking Trump in 2016. But he still wasn't like voting for Trump for the policies. He's weird. Okay. Scott Adams is weird, but he would do it from an analytical perspective, talking about why he likes certain things, but he never went all in. Even in 2020, never went all in. And now he sees how bad it's getting. And even a guy like Scott Adams, who's very center of the road on this stuff, never pushing anything. He says, he's at the point where he says, tell the young men in your life, I said, it's time for them to step up and save the country. Literally. This is the way people are feeling. There's no middle right now. It is save the country for communism, or the other side that's twacked out still believes that Trump's trying to destroy the country, even though in 4 years he didn't do any of that stuff. So that's where we're at, though. It's the complete brainwashed morons, and then the people trying to save the country from communism who can see what's really going on. That's literally where we're at right now. There's no middle anymore. There is some people who are just think it's bad either way, and they're sorry, I'm going to say it. They're retarded in their own right. If you're just not voting and you're sitting this one out because, I don't like the other candidate, you're just dumb. You're pure dumb and selfish and have no idea what you're doing, and go live on an island somewhere, since you don't want to affect the country at all. But that's it, though. And that's only like 1% of the population. Hobbs says Michelle Obama was at a Costco by my house yesterday promoting fancy energy drink or something. Michelle Obama was, but that's what Michelle cares about. She doesn't want to play politics. She's out. She just wants to live the rich life, and that's why she won't run. She doesn't want to be under any of this. I did see Trump on Gutfeld. It was great. JD Vance is a bad man, bar one. I love it. Tripod Mike. Jay Kennedy is Michelle's like the ShamWow guy now. What's that? Billy Ruckin? What was his name? Billy Mays. Billy Mays here. The South Park on Billy Mays was the best. Billy Mays here doing this. That's Michelle Obama now. Michelle Obama here. Michelle Obama here with an energy drink. You gotta try. In Livermore, wow. Darday, Trump has receipts in the mall. Gonna get crazy as I believe you, man. Robert Pierpont. Actually, it's not done if you live in hard red or red states. Only states your vote matters in swing states. I mean, Robert, listen, I'm not saying you're dumb if you don't vote when you know. But I'm saying if you know your vote matters and you sit it out anyways because you don't think either side, it's dumb, dude. It is. Just get in there and push it through, you know? Oh, Vince was a ShamWow guy. Okay. Listen, I still think you should vote. I really do. Make those red states win by 20 plus. Send a statement. This election. Sit out the next one. But this election, we need a statement. I still think it's dumb. I think you should show up and do your vote. I really do. I really do. Unless you have a really good excuse not to. But just because you don't feel like it, I think that's weak. I really do, honestly. But nothing personal. All right. Again, Trump's consistently polling 4 to 6 points better in most of these pollsters, state and national. That's even the bad polls. They didn't suddenly fix, he means the polls in 2020 from 2016. They didn't fix from 2020 for 2024. I think we may be in for a surprise. You think it's going to be a surprise? I don't think it's a surprise. I think we know. And this is why. Look at this woman. You guys ready for another clip? I got it.
What will be specific steps to strengthening the border?
So it's a wonderful and important question. You know, my background was as a prosecutor, and I was also the elected attorney general for 2 terms of a border state. So this is not a theoretical issue for me. This is something I've actually worked on. Okay. I have prosecuted transnational criminal organizations for the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings. I take very seriously the importance of
3%
having
of the
a
vote.
secure.
This woman is so twacked out. Oh my God. Cooper says, I live in LA. Would my Trump vote even matter? Yes, it would. And here's the thing. It's like, Cooper's, you never know. And it's when you think you don't know. Like, California is way more red than it catches on. Trust me, I live there. All of North and Central California is red. And then south of LA is mostly red too. You have 2 hubs of blue in California. The rest of the state's red. And I think you just show up and do it, man, because you never know. You just never know. But if you sit out because you already accept a loss, then you're already accepting defeat. And I just can't, we can't do that. It's just, I think it's, if every person, imagine how many red people like you, Cooper, and this is not, I'm not trying to go after you, I'm just explaining something. Imagine if there are millions of people in California like you who are disenfranchised and have already given up. That's what they want. Because what if every red voter in California showed up? Do you think the blue in you know what they're thinking? The blue in California is thinking, the liberals? They're thinking, we got this in the bag. So they're not going to turn out strong. You think they're going to turn out strong for this? No way. And yes, they have the advantage. Absolutely. But what if? What if every red voter in California just was like, you know what, this election, even if we lose, F it, I'm going. I'm putting my vote in. And what if 1/3 of the blue voters were like, screw it, I got better things to do. We're going to win this one anyways. And what if you guys just overran the polls? That's why you always show up, because you never know. The other side is disenfranchised from voting in California just as much as you guys because they think they got it in the bag and they're not excited about her. Like, she couldn't win elections in California other than the rigged AG vote. People didn't like her. They weren't going to vote for her in the primary in 2020. I'm telling you, man, you can, like, it's an attitude shift. Robert says, I didn't say I didn't vote, but I hear a lot of people who won't vote when they're hard red or hard blue states. It's a problem. Oh, okay. So we agree. Get her out of here. A1A, what's happening, man? Oh, you missed so much good stuff. Thanks, ESK. Brett says, oh my God, I can't forget about the slap chop. Another one of Vince's. We're going down an information dump, or infomercial dump now. Nasal spray. Sooner man, this Trump knows the game in Washington, D.C., knows who the demon rats are. His cabinet will be full of MAGA, not this guy. I agree. Yep, I agree. Michael Whittington, like to see Reagan red California for 24. That'd be amazing. ESK, 40 years in California. Lovitz red. It is, yeah. Shogun man, again, Washington State, you never know, man. It's only Seattle that's super blue. You guys could do it. You never know. Jay Kennedy, they're trying to get Trump to reimburse $1 million for his recent rally in Long Island. See if there's a violation. They're going to try whatever. Nothing will stick. He's Teflon Don at this point. They can't even kill him. They can't even shoot him in the head right. It's like the video I played the other night. The what's his face shooting baskets, shooting hoops. Coopers, yeah, man, just vote, man. You never know. And listen, you're probably right. They probably still got California so locked up that it's going to be hard to break it until the federal government comes in there from red and really changes voter laws. That's probably true. But you just never know, And I think 80% of success is just showing up because you just never know. You never know when that breakthrough comes. So, you guys know I'm not done. You guys trying to get Kamala out of here. We got to celebrate this collapse on Oprah because it's so bad. Here, this one, don't worry. This one's only 11 seconds.
On the way here, when I was coming through the
Okay, sorry. This is Oprah. You guys are going to like this.
On the way here, when I was coming through the airport, black man stopped me and he said I guess he knew I was coming here for something like this, and he goes, "Well, I'm just tell you, I'm voting for Trump." On the way here,
how much that must have hurt Oprah to say. One more time.
When I was coming through the airport, black man stopped me and he said I guess he knew I was coming here for something like this, and he goes, "Well, I'm just tell you, I'm voting for Trump."
A black guy straight up just went up to Oprah and was like, I'm voting for Trump. Listen, if there are people in the black community willing to step up to one of their idols, to one of the biggest black successful people of all time, Oprah Winfrey, okay, the big O, but not the good kind. And they're willing to just straight up tell her to her face, disrespect her like that, and just be like, listen, I'm voting for Trump. Dude, what does that tell you about the energy of the nation right now? Like, Kamala's not winning. This is over. All right, here we go. This is all right. So earlier we had the black journalist face. Now we get Oprah's face. This is great. Hold up.
I'm a gun owner. Tim Walz is a gun.
I did not know that.
If
And I thought
somebody
that was
breaks in my
powerful.
house, they're getting shot.
She's all trying to,
Yes.
trying to be sassy.
I hear that. I hear that.
Probably should not.
That is a face of saying, what have we done? What am I dealing with? What is this woman saying? Does she know who her voters are? Does she know who all the crazy people in this audience are? Does she realize what she just said? This is them being terrified. This is Oprah saying, I don't think I can save you. I don't think I can do this. This is tougher than I thought. This is unbelievable. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Like, keep her going out. I want Kamala to do all the interviews. Please. You guys say get her out of here. I'm like, no, I want more. I love seeing this. I love seeing the collapse. It makes me so happy. It's the best comedy on TV right now, guys. Seriously. Especially because they've banned comedy everywhere else since it's, offensive. So I love this. Brett, what is Trump winning in the 26th governor race coming up? So the Dems are going to cheat like crazy. What is Trump winning in the... Oh, you mean with Trump winning? Yeah, California would be crazy in 26 with Newsom getting out. Yeah, Larry Elder almost won the recall even without or with cheating. Okay, so yeah, I agree with you. Jay, Newsom passed a bill making deep fakes parodies illegal. I know. So dumb. Good luck with that. Good luck holding that one up with the Supreme Court. Alan, you know, a few people never vote in California are voting in this election. By not voting is for the government elites, a real waste of vote. Yeah, exactly. 100%. That's what they get for not having a primary. That's right, AMG. Exactly. All right. Look at this, guys. This is Penn State. College students. Look at all that. These are all Make America Great Again hats. If this is happening at Penn State, you know it's happening at colleges all across the nation. I mean, Trump's reaching the young people. And this is why it's been so genius that he's done all these podcasts. He's been making the rounds, whether it's Lex Friedman or what's his face? I forget his name. The funny guy. My cousin bought a boat. Theo Vaughn. He just did a crypto space call on Twitter. He did the major space call with Elon. I mean, he's reaching these people. And yes, it's mostly the guys, but that's fine. You know, like the women will eventually wake up as well, the girls. But this is massive. I mean, even if it goes from, if he gets university students to go from 5 to 10% voting Republican, let's say when they first get there, it's 30%. And then they get indoctrinated and it goes down to like 15% by the time they leave. But if he got that up to 30, 45%, I mean, that's over. It's over. You just can't. Like, this is huge. But the fact is, it's not just that they showed up. They're wearing the freaking hats. That is enthusiasm. That doesn't just mean we're doing this. That means we want to do this. Look at this. That's huge, guys. That's huge. Take care, Dar Daddy. Welcome, and feel free anytime, man. Keep showing up and chatting. We love it. Brett says, Kamala, you're like a one-woman GPS freaking lost. Kurt Lazarus. Jay Kennedy has to be fake AI. Kamala said Trump rallies are boring and people leave early. That's right. Yeah, Nelk Boys. That was another one, Butters. Good call. And then here, I talked about this the other day, but it's worth bringing up again just because of the subject I'm on. Teamsters have endorsed every single Democratic presidential nominee since Clinton. Kamala met with the Teamsters 2 days ago. They decided not to endorse her after internal polling showed 60% of the members wanted Trump. Here is the vote right here. 59.6% voting Trump. The Teamsters Union, the hardcore leftist Teamsters Union is now, let's see if I'm at the right one. Yeah, down here. Up here, look, at Biden, the straw poll that they did with Biden was 44% Biden. Trump 36%, RFK at 6%. And now it's completely flipped. That means the Democrats, by losing Biden, lost 10% of the Teamsters Union, and then Trump picked up way more than that, plus all the RFK votes. I mean, that's huge, guys. It's huge. And it just shows you, again, this is the stuff that is way bigger than the polls. This is the stuff that shows you that the Democrats are losing their base. If their base is fractured like this, they can't win. And the Teamsters are huge because the Teamsters also do a bunch of the get out the vote stuff. They help with the fortifying the election. And now they can't count on them. It's crushing to them. Brett Montgomery, Kamala and Oprah at 26,000 views. Sky News Kamala parody 1.9 million views in 23 hours. Exactly. Kamala's no chance. Exactly, Brett. Soonerman, AOC's pissed off the Teamsters didn't support. I know. Yeah, she freaked out. That was the first time I've heard from AOC in a while, too. She's been quiet because she knows Kamala's going to lose, but that was the one thing that got her to speak up because it was so terrifying for the Democrats. But, so, listen, when you look at all this, guys, it's just, it's so obvious, in my opinion, where we're going. It is. It's like, this is... How? That's my thought, is literally how could they pull this off? And I've gone through all of it. You guys know I think about this stuff. You guys know I've lived through 2020. And I see in 2020 the environment for them, Biden's polls were way ahead, first of all. So it showed that even if he wasn't ahead, which the election showed he wasn't, but it was way closer at least. There wasn't that many people waking up compared to today. You had the cover of COVID for all these election changes. You did not have the challenges to laws and the voter rolls you have now. You didn't have everybody ready for this. And you didn't have a full-on flipping movement, a unity party movement building behind Trump that you have this time, which is bringing over so many of the centrists. And that's going to be the thing that just makes it go from, you know, a win to a mandate. I really think it will. I had one more thing I want to show you guys, because this is coming up and this is huge. And I don't know if you guys know who Brett Weinstein is. He's another middle guy who center of the road guy who used to be a liberal, and he's now like so woken up. He's like, oh my God, like the Democrats are insane now. Like we have to stand up for this. And he's helping organize this unity party thing. Oh, look, we got another troll. I love when the trolls come in. Scaros the Greek, supporting the guy who compliments Musk for firing striking workers is wild. You're hilarious. You're hilarious. Obviously, you're probably not much of a worker yourself. Yes, or you know, you don't know how all this works. That's funny though. If Trump can stay alive, he wins. Exactly. Agent Orange is part of Teamsters in Pennsylvania. Voting red for sure. Interview yesterday, by the way. Awesome, man. I hope it works out. Pierpont, that was a lot more than 300 people. Pierpont, are you serious? That was a couple, probably close to 1,000 people. But the fact that they're willing to be out strong like that, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the enthusiasm. That's what you're looking for, the enthusiasm. It's not just the numbers. It's the enthusiasm. It's about the desire to be in front of everybody and willing to do it. When you have that kind of enthusiasm, you don't lose elections. You just don't. You don't see all this stuff. And yes, Elon was right, Hero. You're absolutely right on that. All right, guys, I want to share this because this is this event coming up, and this is, I think this is the kind of thing that is just going to change, because this is not, well, this is not just pro-Trump, okay? This is people unifying with Trump to take this over, to get America back, to take over this deep state and win. And this video is powerful, so check this out.
2020 is the code for healthy vision. It is also the year we were given the eyes to see.
The great Oz has spoken.
Today, the curtain has been pulled back to reveal the liars at the levers.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
They are masters of deception, hell-bent to divide and conquer.
Some radicals on the far right. It's not just the far left wackos.
Like magicians, they use the art of redirection to keep us distracted as they trick us. Nearly every war we have fought was initiated by their propaganda.
Iraq's weapons of mass destruction are controlled by a murderous tyrant.
As their empire of lies is collapsing, they are becoming increasingly desperate and dangerous.
Russia, China, and Iran have announced the three nations are seeking to strengthen ties.
The alliance that's been formed should chill us all to the bone.
Their reckless war games have united a deadly alliance. Everything we have fought for, everything we've earned, and everything we love is under attack.
Terror suspects at the southern borders.
At what point do we say, enough is enough? Now is the time for the American people to wake up and rise up. A rebel alliance is forming in the name of liberty and life. People of every color, culture, creed, and ideology are putting politics aside to secure the 8 pillars of peace and freedom. End the weaponization of science and medicine.
If there is risk, there must be choice.
Cease the expansion of surveillance and propaganda.
They are killing us with censorship and propaganda.
Stop central bank digital currencies.
That will allow them to punish us from a distance and cut off our food supply.
Prevent political abuse of our judicial system.
What we are demanding is, in fact, the restoration of the rule of law.
Secure our national borders.
I'm tired of the United States doing nothing to protect the American people.
Protect our children.
To defend our children and to save an entire generation.
Restore critical thinking in education.
I think that the time for change is now, and enough is enough.
And above all, break our addiction to war.
The nuclear threat is an emergency of the highest order, and we are all in the crosshairs of this emergency.
We must set aside our differences, work together to fire those warmongering politicians from both political parties.
Everybody from the left, everybody from the right, everybody from the middle coming together to realize that we have more in common than divides us.
What unites us is so much stronger than anything that divides us.
We're a country of love. We're a country that care about people.
The one thing that brings us together here today is that we value life.
Every single principle on which the West
I wish I could go to that.
based
That's going to be powerful.
is under simultaneous threat. We must defend the West.
You guys understand, like, we can't lose this. That is America. The movement is here. We started as MAGA, and we're still that. Make America Great Again. Donald Trump started something, and now it's become so much bigger. We've pulled in every critical thinker, everybody willing to think and see what's actually going on. They've come over now, and now they're joining forces. I mean, we got RFK Jr., Tulsi Gabbard. They're huge. That's huge. Nicole Shanahan, I was listening to her on Tucker. She was a hardcore liberal, married to the founder of Google, and then her daughter got autism after a vaccine, and it woke her up, and now she's like, oh my God, I'm hanging out with Trump and I'm getting to know these people, and like, they're amazing. And it's like, it's not what I thought. These people are coming over, they're learning, and as they're coming over to the MAGA side, it's just gaining that momentum, and now we have their ability to reach out. Do you understand? Like think of like Joe Rogan's power, okay, as an influencer. And he has his biggest people that he was so on board with, that he fed his listeners to as like the people that made sense. It's Tulsi Gabbard, RFK Jr., Brett Weinstein, and now they're all with Trump. Joe still hasn't gone there yet because he's terrified. And Joe, I love you. I love your show, but freaking man up. Stop being a pussy and join us. Because you are one of us. You're just scared for your show or whatever it is. I don't understand it. But freaking, it's time to make your play. Because all these people are coming over, and it's spreading. And that means, and other people now know there's permission to come over. They've seen these other people do it. RFK would have won the Democratic primary if he'd been allowed to run. Many more Democrats would like him than what they got, but they're afraid to jump over to the other side. They're afraid, but now they have permission. And you better believe there are several people talking to pollsters and stuff who are afraid to admit what they want to do at this point. And they will, but their vote will count. And guys, when you see this, and you see like this join the resistance thing, this movement that's happening, and it's spreading across America, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I don't mean this resistance name. I just mean the whole idea of this resistance, which is MAGA and Maha and all these people right here, all coming together to bring our country back. There is no way we lose this. I'm sorry. There's no way. We cannot lose this. And somebody asked me the other night, they said, they asked, what are you going to do? They said, what are you going to do if Kamala wins? I said, I don't even think about it. I can't afford to, because she can't win. And so I know it, and I'm watching everything, and I'm like, I'm not even going to go there. If it happens, I'll deal with it, but it's not going to happen. So I don't worry about it, because I spent the last hour and 10 minutes showing you guys like how far ahead we are, how everything is way further ahead. And this is what I love, all the trolls. The trolls are scared. That's why they're coming in here, because they're like, God damn it, we're losing. Let's try to talk big. They know they're losing. They know they're losing because deep down, they can only lie to themselves for so long. They see it. They see that Kamala's a total loser. They see that baby Shrek Waltz out there, goober face, is a total loser. They know they can't win this. They know they don't have the people. They don't want to vote for these crappy candidates. And this, like, they know. They see the polls and they're like, oh yeah, that looks great. And deep down they're like, shit, we were so much further ahead in 2016 and we still lost that one. They know it. So bring on the trolls. I love it. It's great. That means I'm onto something here. That's beautiful. And I love it. They just come in, most of them, they dip and then they dip out. So I'm telling you guys, we're winning. And that's why they're showing up tonight. That's like, and like, this is the first time in a while I've had trolls. So I always think that's a really good thing. But if you watch that video, I mean, how can you think to yourself, like, we're going to lose this? Because that, you notice one thing, that wasn't Trump in that video at all. But all those people, they're still leading something. They're still fighting for the same thing. And they're all on the Trump side now. It's amazing. So guys, we got this. So show up. Do your job. If you can work at an election station as a poll worker, do it. If you can knock doors, do it. Whatever you can do. If we all do our part, whatever it is, how big or how small, whatever you're available, even if the only thing you can do because of work, family responsibilities, whatever you got, the only thing you can do is show up and vote, then do that. But if we all do it, if we all treat this as if this is make or break it, we do or die time, we're going to win this, and we're going to win it huge. I guarantee it. I am so positive on this. I can't, like, I knew I had to do this live tonight on this because I've never been more sure of an election outcome. I'm telling you right now, that's how confident I am. So on that note, guys, I'm going to call tonight. It's late. I do have to work tomorrow, but let's just end in a prayer and bug out, and you guys have a great night. If you missed Buzz last night, go back and watch it. That'll give you even more confidence about where we're at. He was amazing. And I might be on tomorrow. If not, I'll definitely members live this weekend. So, all right, let's pray and end this out. So, Heavenly Father, thank you for today. God, bless everybody here. Yes, even the trolls. Bless them to have an awakening. And Father, I just, God, we pray protection over President Trump and all the people behind him on that team and that are trying, Lord, fighting to get our country back on track. God, so be with them all. God, I pray just every wrench is thrown into the gears of anything trying to rig this election by the left. I just pray they fail at every opportunity. I pray that Kamala gets more exposed by the day. And I pray that more and more people, Lord, get the courage to show up and pick their side and do it publicly in a way that really starts changing things, that you would stir the people, God, to show up in a wave and refuse, Lord, to lose this election. And just, again, bless everybody here. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. Love you guys. Please hit the like, share, subscribe. Appreciate you all so much. Thank you, Brett. And Teamsters. Mark, you're a 31-year Teamster? That's awesome, man. Good for you. Tokram says, at the very least, wear your MAGA hat and vote. Amen. Amen to that. I love it. So, all right. Love you guys. Have a great night. And I will see you all soon. I might come on tomorrow. We'll see. Probably depending on what happens in the market or if there's news. But